Welcome back. Section 4 today. So we talked about severe weather, but now we need to talk about how we actually know that severe weather is coming, or any weather for that case. We need to know what kind of clothes to wear, how much to layer up, what's the temperature going to be, is there a storm coming? So a lot of work goes into predicting weather, okay? And we see all these different methods of forecasting. If you watch the news, you see maps that look kind of like this. They have this radar technology, high tech. But you can also just look at your phone anytime you want. And it gives you a forecast several days out. And it's always changing because the closer you get to the actual day, the more accurate the prediction gets. Okay. So anyway, a meteorologist is not somebody who studies meteors. They actually study the cause of weather and then they use all that information, what they know about things like air pressure and moisture levels and wind and all this stuff and El Niños, and they use all that information to try to predict the weather, okay? They use data from weather stations all over the country, all over the world. They use radar, like that map over there, satellite information, and they plug all that data into a computer, and it helps them. It analyzes that data and gives them a prediction. It also looks at climate, at patterns from previous seasons or from previous dates at that time of year. It's pretty reasonable to assume that in August it's going to be hot and we're not going to get very much rain because that's our climate pattern, okay? Again, they do daily forecasts as well as about 10 days out. When it gets closer to the actual day, it gets more accurate. And the National Weather Service is actually a federal government agency that organizes all of this and comes up with some of these predictions, okay? So here's another map. All kinds of stuff going on in that map. Not necessarily the kind of thing that we would use on a daily basis, but it's just filled with information. So we're going to kind of break it down a little bit. It definitely gives you just a snapshot of a large area. Obviously, it's the whole country. But you can find maps that might just show the state or the region that you live in and would contain some of the same information, okay? You see a bunch of lines on the map. There's two different types of lines that we'll talk about. One is an isobar. Remember, a barometer is what measures air pressure. So an isobar is a line on a map that connects areas with similar air pressures. Air pressure is a huge indicator of weather, okay? An isotherm, a thermometer, measures temperature. So an isotherm connects regions with similar temperatures, okay? You can also see an indication of different fronts. You've got these blue lines and these red lines. You've got these L's and these H's for high pressure and low pressure areas. The red lines are warm fronts. The blue little triangles, blue lines are cold fronts. And again, the meteorologists know, they know what kind of interaction those are going to cause and how to use that information to predict some weather, okay? Also on this map, and you can't really see it, there's all these numbers, there's all these collections of numbers in these big cities. What that is it's known as a station model, and it gives all kinds of information, okay? So this is kind of a blown up picture of what that would look like. The station model uses this key right here. And this whole thing would be over a city. And just that little snapshot, that little picture right there, tells you the wind speed and the direction of the wind. The fact that this little feather is there, it's telling you the wind is coming from that direction. So the wind is coming from the northwest, roughly, okay? These little guys on the back then would give you the wind speed. So it looks like the wind is about 21 to 25 miles per hour. You've got the air pressure. You've got the temperature. You have the dew point. That's the temperature at which the water vapor will start to condense in the air. The circle portion is the cloud cover. So if you look right there, it matches with that one. So it tells you it's about 50% cloudy. If it was an open circle, it would be a clear day. If it was a filled-in circle, it would be a totally cloudy day. And the last thing are these dots, okay? That's it says weather on there, but it's really a measure of the precipitation. So you see rain is 1 dot. 2 dots means moderate rain. 3 dots means high, heavy rain. and so on. So you have the basic symbols right here, but if they're repeated, that's an indication of the severity of the weather, okay? So all that information is just on that little tiny station model right there, okay? If you guys turn to page 528 in your books, there is a little activity. There's a sharpen your skills activity that I would like you to do. You are given one of those little station model pictures, and you have 6 questions you need to answer. Answer the questions. Either just email me or type out the answers and email it to me or message me, or you can do it on a piece of paper and send me the picture, okay? But that is an assignment for you, page 528, sharpen your skills, okay? All right, so let's look at something here. You can tune into the news, you can use your phone, but there is this amazing site, the Weather Prediction Center, that works along with the weather services. And they have all kinds of different maps to look at. So we're going to jump over to a different website here. Let's see if it's going to let me. Let me get my pen off. I need a cursor. There we go. All right, stay tuned. All right, here's the Weather Prediction Center. And this is just an overview, so you can see there's some fronts. It's going to show you some different amounts of precipitation here. This is for day 1, day 2, day 3, and it changes, okay? Or you can go to this kind of map, okay? There's those isobars and those isotherms. If you look closely, you can see those station models in there and the different, the cloud cover and the wind speed and whatnot. So this is, different amounts of hours out. This one just shows you the fronts. This one, I like this one. This one shows you the amount of precipitation predicted, okay? And you can kind of follow where it's going to move according to the different days, okay? I don't know if you were looking at Southern California there, but it doesn't look like we're getting any precipitation in the next few days, okay? So that is all I have for you today in terms of weather prediction. Just look at your phone if you're curious, or look outside. That's where a lot of the observations comes from. People just go outside and look. Go figure. All right. Have a good day. See you guys. Hope the weather's nice.